All right, nothing out of the ordinary. And there we have it. I'm going to explain exactly how we got here. And there you have it. A little bit of proof of concept. Guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. And just a little disclaimer, I did not violate any of Tinder's community guidelines, and you'll see why a little bit later on in the story. But I'm going to add my dating history just for a little bit of context, and you'll quickly see how it kind of feeds into the end climax and lessons learned. So, all the way back in high school in 2013, which, wow, I feel old. That feels so far away. Wow. I was in 1 to 2 semi-committed relationships, not too long, not too short. My last girlfriend, my senior year of high school, we decided to mutually part ways because she was going to college in an area that was far away, and so was I. No bad blood. It was an adult conversation. Good to go. I went to college at Marshall University in West Virginia, and I didn't have a committed relationship. I was more focused on academics and some weekends partying a little bit more than I should have. Nothing out of the ordinary there. So then, after I graduated Marshall, I ended up commissioning as an officer in the United States Army, and the first thing you do, they send you to job school. So I was living in the Richmond, Virginia area, where just one time when I got off work and class, I met this female at the gym, and we kind of hit it off. She was a nursing student at Virginia Commonwealth University, and I was just kind of doing my thing with class. So, the second date, I just really let her know who I was, what I was doing, because something just told me, I'm like, we can be a thing, but I had to be transparent in my career because that involves moving every 3 years for as long as I want to do it, and I wanted to make sure that she understood that first. And she was enamored by it. She was like, I'm going to do your laundry on my off days. Don't worry about breakfast. I'll make it for you. Thank you for what you do, and you're a genuine human being. And, I was just in cruise mode for a while, and for 3 months, 21-year-old me, I was calling my parents, telling them that I was going ring shopping, and against their advice, they highly advised against it. I thought it was a good idea. I was about to get married until what I'm about to say next. So we have ourselves a little Saturday night date night that we always do at a Brazilian steakhouse, and she's looking at me very peculiar, very strange, and I can tell there's a lot of tension, and I'm just like, okay, maybe she had a bad day. So before I ask her how her day's going, she kind of just goes off on me in the middle of this public place, and she's calling me everything from like baby killer, government puppet, you should be ashamed of what you're doing, and all this just crazy stuff, and she just storms out, aggressive breakup. And to this day, I don't know what happened. I think she saw something polarizing on the news or something happened in her personal life. And after that, I was pretty heartbroken for the time. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to go move to West Texas. I'm going to focus on my job. I'm going to focus on my fitness. I'm going to focus on my relationship with God and making that better. And when the time comes, it'll come. So fast forward to about 2018, 2019, I just get done transitioning from one stressful job to a less stressful job. And my buddies are like, dude, why don't you just have a girlfriend right now? You have a little bit off time. Maybe you should try dating again. And I'm just like, it's not really top of my radar, but I haven't really, been going out like that. How should I approach this? And like, you should download a dating app and just see who's out there. You should try Tinder. And, me being always a savant of technology, but it's like, okay, age of information, these are made to make connectability easier, and it's just a stepping stone. So I downloaded it. After a week, I come across this woman, and we're talking on the app back and forth, and I can tell that she's genuine, she's real, verified account, she has all her accolades, petroleum engineer from this college, these hobbies, family pictures of her on a camel's back with the Egyptian pyramids in the background. I'm like, okay. So after I did my homework a little bit more, I decided, okay, let's go to a steakhouse, but in El Paso. So we do that, and safe to say that who she was on the app, hobbies wise, I mean, she was exactly who she was. No catfish action here. We were two conversely different people, so I told her my hobbies right off the bat. It didn't mesh well. I told her I like to go to the gym, drink coffee, play my guitar, ride horses, hike, all that other stuff, and she just wasn't into that. She seemed a little bit disgusted. She was like, oh, my last boyfriend worked out a lot, and he came back home sweaty, and I didn't like how he smelled, even though, you're supposed to take a shower after you went to the gym. At least I hope I'm not the first person telling you that, so that's the easy fix. And then I get to her hobbies, and she's like, oh, every Friday and Saturday, I like to tear it up at the bar until 2 a.m. because life is too short. And if that's what you're into, we all decompress a different way. I'm a non-judgmental guy here. But she wanted me to go do that with her, and I just wasn't about it. And, that date, after that, nothing out of the ordinary. Second date, same effect. And third date, and then we're just kind of talking about what it would like if we were together. I was like, can we compromise? Maybe I can go out with you once a month. Maybe I can introduce you to fitness. Maybe we can make a compromise here to each other's time. She wasn't into that. She wanted me there every single time. So I go back home, and she FaceTimes me after work one day. I was like, okay, yeah, when are we going to be a thing? And I'm like, oh, maybe we should slow this down a little bit. I'm not ready. And she didn't take lightly to that at all. So she straight up told me, I'm going to report you on the app so you can never use it again. And I didn't know what getting banned on Tinder is like. Apparently, if you don't have any malicious things in the comments or anything against the guidelines, there is still a fraction of a chance that Tinder can look at your account and they can just ban it. And a ban essentially means that you're banned forever. There's no revoking that. So I hop on the app the next day and I am banned. And yeah, that's the end of that story. We kind of just never talked again. And I'm just like, wow, that went from 0 to 100 really, really quick. So guys, the lessons learned here, I just want to say, don't ever try and change a person. You have your moral beliefs, she has theirs, they have their hobbies, you have yours, and it all just what makes us human. But what I do say from a relationship standpoint, if you're going to be in a relationship, you got to be willing to compromise, and I think I was ready to, I was open to, it's just both parties weren't. And that's where essentially it failed. I kept trying to force it, maybe see a bright side of things when I just probably should have cut it off first date. And a relationship is a compromise. To give, you have to receive. To receive, you have to give. And if you're not ready to do that from both sides, just don't waste each other's time. So I guess my big lessons here is that, take everything you do on a dating app from a grain of salt till you really get to know the person. Obviously, basic things, meet in a public area, make sure it's an actual person. Get to know each other's hobbies, and if there's something conversely divergent like I encountered and you're not willing to kind of just compromise right off the bat, just cut it off right there. No harm, no foul. Plenty of other fish in the ocean. Maybe you aren't ready. Maybe that other person's not ready. Maybe you're just not a fit. I tried to force it a lot, and I was having flashbacks of my time in Richmond. Life really does come back full circle. So that's my biggest lessons. Use the app at your discretion as a stepping stone. Get to know the person. If it doesn't work right off the bat, don't be afraid to cut it off. No harm, no foul. So guys, I really hope this helped, and like and subscribe to this video, and most importantly in the comments, let me know your insane Tinder stories. I'm actually kind of interested, and maybe you can have an enamorous life epiphany like I did that can help somebody else. So guys, with that being said, thank you so much for the support on this channel. A little bit of a different video, and I like to have life lessons out of everything that I do if you just look closely enough. So guys, with that being said, see you on the next episode.